Hello and welcome to Heavy Metal Rex. My name is Awais, and today I want to take a little bit of time to talk about brakes and brake upgrades for the VB WRX. Now, ever since the WRX TR has come out, the fact that it has 6-piston Brembos has been, a question. Well, can we buy them? Can we put them on the older cars? And if not, what are some of our options that are available? And what I've done is I posted this on Facebook a little bit ago, and I've been thinking about making this video for a while now. It's kind of showcasing some of the options we have. Of course, it's not everything, and we're not particularly looking at the used market, but we'll take a look at that as well. Before we start, I do want to say, if you are looking at getting a WRX TR, check out Sunset Hill Subaru here in St. Louis. They are actually selling TRs for, I think, like $400 or $500 under invoice, so it's actually a really good deal. Let me know if you're looking for one, or you can actually give them a call or just shoot them an email and ask for Robert, and they'll make that happen. Also, if you haven't entered my Cobb giveaway, I am giving away an access port and a tune by D-Man, so check the description down below, and I'll also have a pinned comment where you can check out both Sunset Hill Subaru and also the giveaway. This is something that I have been struggling with for some time by not commenting more on, because like a lot of people just see, and it's probably also some of my fault as well. I also feel like the stock brakes on the WRX are like, yeah, they're okay, but they're not meant to do so much crazy stuff that I guess I'm expecting them to do, which is okay. They're just stock brake pads. If you're doing autocross, or if you're just doing some like non-track related stuff, they're actually more than fine. The pedal feel is really what makes it feel like they're not as good, because I feel like I have to push 50-60% of the pedal down to really get a bite. And I think that's really what most people will feel is the bite of the brake itself. Now, that aside, with the TR being out, obviously those part numbers are now available, and people have been starting to post what those prices look like for the TR brakes. And somebody on Facebook a couple of weeks ago actually posted this exact invoice for all of the parts to basically get the WRX TR brakes on your car. Now, it does say that you do need to replace the knuckle for your VB with a TR knuckle, which I think is like $170 total, maybe. I may be wrong, or maybe it's $170 on both sides. But so that doesn't include that price. Obviously, this doesn't include installation. This also doesn't include upgrading your brake fluid or your brake lines. But if you wanted to actually go to Subaru and buy just the parts, the front and rear Brembo set, you're looking at about $5,873, which is that's quite a lot of money, and that's pretty much what I expected the cost of this set to be from Subaru when we were pricing I did a video a couple of months ago about basically buying a VB base and basically building your own TR, and that's kind of the price range that I was looking at. Now, that's from Subaru. Obviously, manufacturers will manufacturer things cost a bit more. So let's say you're not going to do that. Let's say you're just going to go buy from, just buy old STI Brembos. That's still an option. There are a couple of things that you do need to be cognizant about. Is you will need to cut the heat shield in the back for most of these rotors to fit. And you will also need to possibly have some sort of spacer in the front, or possibly also the back. I haven't done this set yet, but there's always hidden costs to doing this besides what the cost of the brakes are. So here's one example: is if you actually wanted to get a set of VA Brembos, you can still buy them, and these are actually on sale under original price $7,000. I don't know how many people are actually paying that, but if you wanted to buy brand new, this is an option for you. $4,500 gets you, I believe, the Brembos and the rotors. Yeah, so it actually comes with everything. It comes with the OEM. It comes with the rotors. It comes with, obviously, the neon highlighter calipers. You do get brake pads and pins, clips, and all hardware related to install this. Of course, 2022 WRX hardware, you will need to make some adjustments on that. And once you get this kit, you can figure out what you need. And I think there are write-ups on Facebook and on Reddit about that. So that's an option. You can still get 6-piston in the front, 2-piston in the back, get all that set up, and that's what it's going to cost you. Plus, especially if you install it by yourself, if you're going to have somebody else install it, a big brake kit like this, obviously it's going to be well over $4,000, or in this case, probably $5,000. So $4,600 gets you OEM STI 6 pots. Now, if you don't go that route, I saw a couple of months ago, actually maybe even almost a year ago, Rotora had posted that they were going to have some brake kits come out, and that price at that time was pretty high, and we have it here, and it is also a 6 piston in the front, 4 piston in the back, so one would say slightly better than what the OEM one is that you can get from the STI VA STI, and these also have slotted rotors as well. Now that price, it jumps up a little. Now you're looking at $55.90, which that's pretty hefty. But the nice thing about these rotors is because they're 2-piece, you may not have to do any sort of cutting or any sort of modification by adding spacers. I'm pretty sure if I read this properly, I don't believe that spacers are required. So this is for stock wheels, and the stock wheels, as we know, are like, I think like 55 offsets. So you would require looks like a 2mm spacer in the front, and doesn't require a spacer in the back if you're using stock wheels, which, you know, I think I've seen a few people do that they have used it. So you do get obviously bigger, bigger rotors, and they are slotted rotors. So you get slightly better rotors, you get slightly better hardware. This does look like it comes with the lines, which is very nice, but you're now looking at $5,500. And of course, if there's nothing else you need to buy, this might be an option for you. Next, if you don't want to buy a 6-piston, you do have the same set available in a 4-piston, but that price is what, $1,500 difference? So from $5,590 to $4,090. So now you have 4 pots in the front, 2 pots in the back, same rotor styles, same comes with all the equipment that you need, which is, you know, that's not a bad option. Still, both of these are cheaper than, well, actually, you know what? This actually doesn't factor in tax. So if we look at the very first image with the Rotor, the TR brakes are actually $5,540 without tax. So let's leave the tax out of it. So compare that to this $5,590 versus, what was that, $54? So technically the Rotora setup is a little bit more expensive, but you actually get the brake lines with it. So that's worth something. But if you go with the 4 pots in the front, 2 in the back, now you're looking at $4,000. So that's not a bad, I mean, I guess that's not a bad price. Now, this is where things get really interesting because you have other options like Tdmi. I've been seeing these posted everywhere on Facebook, and they seem like a really good option. You can get them for, basically like right under $3,000 for the front and the rear. And they do come with the rotors as well, which again are 2-piece rotors and the lines and everything. Now, are these, I don't remember if these are 4-piston. Yeah, so 4-piston. So 4-piston in the front, I believe 2-piston in the rear. That's your option from Tdmi. Again, you know, it looks like $1,600. So basically, I think it's going to be like $3,100 or $3,200 total for the front and the back. That is a compelling price. Definitely cheaper than the 4-piston Rotoras, but I guess the difference is well, these actually don't show. Well, it's funny because like this picture of the Rotora actually doesn't show 2-piece rotors. I guess those are probably for the, yeah, okay, those are for the rear, so you don't need 2-piece for the rear. So just 2-piece for the front. That's an option as well. I mean, I kind of like the way these rotors look. Just the color, especially if you have, again, I'm a little biased because I have white wheels, so dark rotors actually would look really cool behind that. So that's something to think about. I would probably get this setup, but I mean these are options that you have. So 1,600. So it looks like 1,600 for the front, and how much is it for the rear that they show? 1,580. So yeah, so about like basically $3,200 for the front and the back. That's about. Yeah, that's about $800 cheaper than the 4-piston, 2-piston Rotora in the back. That's not bad. So if we keep going, we actually have another set, and there's 2. I put 2 of these sets together from JDMuscle. So JDMuscle also is selling a big brake kit as well. So I put this together with like super basic. I actually put together 2. One is a 6-piston option, and one is a 4-piston option. You can actually change the color of the calipers. You can add your own logo, which is actually kind of a nice touch because if I get brakes, I probably would get my own logo on it, which is, it's kind of nice. You can pick different rotor sizes, which all these things will affect the price. I basically went with just the base options for everything. and then also just pick the six piston in the front, 4 piston in the back, and the total for that came out to $3,095. That is not a bad option. That's about $150, about $100 cheaper than the Tdmi set, but while also being 6 piston in the front and 4 piston in the back. So one could again argue, is that more braking power? I will let you be the judge of that. Now, if you decide, well, maybe I don't want, 6 pistons, maybe I'm okay with the 4 piston, they do have STI style, which I think are similar to what the VA performance package got, which I believe those were 4 piston. I don't remember exactly, but these are 4 piston in the front, 2 piston in the back. And with all of the custom rotors and everything, with the base, you're looking at $2,781. So that's about $220 difference between the two. In this particular case, if you had to pick between these two sets for an extra $200, you might as well just get the 6 piston. I think this also, it's going to be dependent on the wheel that you have, is if it's going to be able to fit. That's actually something that's going to be a factor for all of these. This is not really something that's specific to one set. If you're going to be looking for a big brake kit, you're going to have to make sure it actually does fit your car or fit your wheel. And I say this with many disclaimers, most of like the 35 millimeter wheels tend to be built in a way, especially from guys that are selling Subaru parts already, are usually designed to fit the STI, which already comes with STI Brembos, or just the 6-pot Brembo. So for the most part, that's okay. I think that some of the 44 millimeters are a little iffy. Obviously, OEM is 55, so that's definitely going to be iffy. And then if you have a 17-inch wheel, it's going to make it even harder. I think most of these companies have said on their own individual websites whether their stuff fits with a spacer or without a spacer, but these are the kind of things that you're going to have to research to make sure you know what you are doing. Now, people have been asking me, when are you getting a big brake kit? Personally, it's a lot of money. And that's the main reason that's kept me from buying one, because I believe that if you are buying a big brake kit for your car, you have a need for it. You need to be able to brake efficiently throughout an extended period of time. Now, I actually ran a bunch of track days and a bunch of autocrosses last year using just EBC yellows. I just updated to .4 fluid, and I just used the stock brake lines. For me, that was more than enough. For autocross, it was overkill. And then for the track days, it did a very good job. Of course, I actually did use the OEM brake pads on my track days and autocross before I upgraded, because I wanted to know the difference. And the biggest change from the OEM pad was obviously the bite, and my EBC yellows didn't really fade until way later in the day. And by the time they did eventually fade, I was about done with the day anyway. So to me, it was a win. The OEM pads, obviously about halfway through, they faded, and I had to give them an extended period of time of cooling before I could go back on the track. And this is with stock rotors as well. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to spend $3,000 because, or $4,000 or even $5,000 because you are actively going to be using these brakes on a track at least like once a month? I feel like that'd be the only way to really justify that cost. If you're only doing it for cosmetics, then, who cares? Like, clearly you have the money to burn, and that's not something that you're worried about, which is, again, the reason why I've stuck with just the pads. I actually took off my EBC yellows just recently and threw on the OEM pads because I've pretty much just used them up. And there's some other issues going on with my stock calipers. I think maybe one side isn't activating as well because the pad wear was a little off. So I got to figure that out. But I think in the future, I probably will just end up picking up some used STI calipers and just going the route of making the spacer and getting the 2-piece rotor. You have that option as well. If you could find a really good set of Brembos from like Facebook Marketplace or any of the marketplaces that you can find, or like the buy and sell groups, usually you could find caliper sets for like $1,200 or sometimes even lower than that. Now, of course, are they going to be perfect? Probably not. They're used calipers. They're coming off of used cars, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 miles. But this is where you have to ask yourself, like, if you have the money and you're gonna buy once, cry once, then maybe you buy new. But if it's something, you know, if you're getting the pad, or if you're getting the caliper from like a known source, then it may not be that bad of an option. So something to think about. I still really suggest to people who just have to have a big brake kit, like seriously ask yourself, like, are you gonna use it, right? Are you gonna get that $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth every time you get in that car? Because if not, for you, it might just be cheaper to just pick up, you know, stainless steel braided lines, upgrade your fluid, maybe some new rotors and pads, all under easily under $1,000. Now, I did see recently somebody had posted about the CTSV brake kit upgrade. I didn't include that in here because I don't have that much experience on it, but that is something that has been used on a lot of cars in the past, the CTS brake kit, the CTSV brake kit. So something that might be useful for you, but I don't have enough experience on that, so I can't really say. I think it comes around about the same, you know, maybe like the 3,000-ish price range, but I'll see if I can do a whole video on just that, because I think there's a lot of parts in there that need to be looked at before I can say like that's something you can do, because I think you have to buy extra brackets, or I don't think you need spacers for again, see, I don't have all that information, so I don't want to talk about it just now. So anyway, hopefully you found this video informative. And I know we're going to be talking about brakes endlessly because of how the OEM ones feel. And every time we get somebody new that buys a car, one of the things that they talk about is like, oh, these brakes they're not so great. So anyway, use this with, you know, take this information and you know, hopefully this helps you make your decision of what you're doing. I will see you guys in the next one.